Temperature's dropping fast. This might turn into a blizzard.
Sustained high winds and extreme cold confirmed. Blizzard ongoing. Cold front dissipated. Weather conditions returning to normal. Warning! An enemy attack is imminent. We should build stronger defenses around our base. An aggressive horde is amassing near our base. Prepare to defend our base.
Under attack.
An energy connector has been destroyed. Wall destroyed. Tower destroyed. Warning. Atmospheric instability detected. Destructive snow devils likely. Danger! Severe rotational winds detected. Snow devils impacting the surface.
Looks like it's over. I don't want to see that again anytime soon.
Rift Station power-up sequence initiated. The energy flux is creating intense electromagnetic waves. I am detecting minor gravitational field disturbances.
The power-up sequence is creating seismic waves. I can feel the ground shaking. The weather is going crazy. It looks like the whole planet is going mad.
I am detecting hordes of creatures moving towards our base from all directions. There are thousands of them. Ashley, this is it. Is under attack.
An energy connector has been destroyed. One of our portals has been destroyed.
Station power-up sequence is 25% ready.
Base is under attack.
Rift Station power-up sequence is 50% ready. Station charge-up sequence interrupted. Magnetic field stabilization failure. Ashley, our magnetic stabilizer stopped working.
Oh no! The portal has collapsed. The entire procedure is aborted.
The Rift Station needs to cool off after the failure. We have to fix whatever caused the sequence to abort. Wait until it is ready to start charging up again, and then restart the entire procedure. Rift Station has finished cooling off after the failure and is ready to charge up again.
Base is under attack. One of our energy connectors has been destroyed.
One of our buildings has been destroyed. base is under attack. Crafting completed. Is under attack. Rift Station power-up sequence is 75% ready. Station power-up sequence completed. The quantum gate is stabilized. Ashley, we are ready to open the two-way portal back to Earth.
We made it. It's hard to believe that this moment is finally here.
We are receiving signals from the Earth. Quantum entanglement with the station back on Earth is confirmed. You have to manually insert your personal Rift synchronization core to confirm the procedure from our side before the Rift portal can be opened.
There's so much diverse life on this planet. We've been here for so long, but have we studied the ecosystem enough to start colonizing the planet?
Ashley, your primary objective was to establish a two-way portal back to Earth. Studying the ecosystem is not a priority. Your quantum synchronization core is paired with an identical object back on Earth. The pairing is fragile. If we don't finalize the connection now, the quantum entanglement is going to collapse and destroy the Rift synchronization cores. If we don't go now, there is no guarantee that we'll ever be able to return to Earth. Ashley, you have to finish the procedure, or the portal will collapse. We won't be able to get back to Earth if you don't act now.
No, we don't have to go back through the portal. I think there's a different way.
Procedure has overloaded the quantum synchronization core. Ashley, the portal is destroyed. We will not be able to open the rift to Earth without that core. Why didn't you finish the procedure?
Opening the portal would only lead to the destruction of this planet. The creatures that we've been fighting were only trying to protect their home. Humanity is just like these creatures. It's an apex predator trying to survive by devouring other species, constantly expanding its territory. We can't stop humanity from colonizing this planet, but we can take more time to study it, to learn how to preserve as much as we can and how to coexist.
They will send someone else to complete this task.
I'm counting on it.
The Rift synchronization core is destroyed. We can't reconstruct it ourselves. We have failed our primary objective.
I chose a different objective.
Why would you do that? That does not make any sense.
I want to build a new home for humanity on this planet, and I don't want it to be strip-mined, exploited, and destroyed before there's even a chance to create a self-sustainable civilian colony.
We were not tasked with building up a self-sustainable colony. Why do you assume that the planet would be destroyed? That was not the plan for Galatea 37.
You've seen that final attack wave. All of these species from different parts of the planet were working together against us. If the expeditionary forces had stepped through that portal, they'd quickly label this planet as a hostile environment not suitable for human colonization. The local fauna is too aggressive and too dangerous to risk cohabitation.
This is a bold assumption, and even if that were to be true, destroying the portal still does not make any sense. How do you imagine to make these creatures not try to destroy us?
I don't know, but my duty as a scientist is to try to figure out how. There's too much at stake to not try. Destroying the portal only bought us some time. They will reconstruct the Rift Synchronization Core and prepare a new candidate for this mission. We can't stop humanity from claiming Galatea, but we have to try to prepare it for peaceful colonization.
Ashley, your goals are my goals, and I will always follow your commands. However, please note that I think you are insane.
Thank you, Mr. Riggs. Note taken.
Okay, Miss Crazy Scientist, how do you want to save this world?
I've been thinking about the possibility of extending our mission on Galatea for quite some time, but I was hesitant about whether we could pull this off. I'm certain that staying here is the right choice that will bring the most benefit to both humanity and Galatea, and at the same time, I know that this is the longer, much harder path.
What is done, Ashley. You have made your decision. Do you have a plan beyond this point?
Yes, but we will have to go beyond the tasks that were originally planned for our mission and make use of technology that wasn't originally designed for this Mecha-Suit. I need you to access the Common Nanofabrication Blueprint Template Repository and decompress specific megastructure schematics.
I can access those blueprints, but I cannot use them. They were designed for much bigger, city-scale fabrication crawlers. The resource output requirements for building megastructures exceed the operational thresholds of my assembly systems.
That's true, but we can modify the schematics and build them piece by piece.
That is possible, but very time-consuming. We would have to increase our computing power to prepare these megastructures in a reasonable time frame. I could construct a semi-functioning foundation for a quantum cortex laboratory. It is the only megastructure that I can start working on without additional modifications.
That was part of my plan, Mr. Riggs. Allowing the Rift Station portal to collapse may look like a last-minute decision, but it was growing inside of me for a long time. Anyway, let's try to build this thing first. I'll explain the rest when we get there.
I have added the Quantum Cortex Laboratory Foundation to the list of available schematics. Please check its construction and maintenance requirements, and then carefully pick the location where you want to build it. Remember that it does not have to be built at our HQ. Some biomes may be better suited to housing this project.
This megastructure is in a totally different league. The energy and supercharged plasma requirements are much higher than anything we've ever built. Maybe we should search for a new base location to build this monstrosity. The Rift Station was child's play in comparison.
Well, you have what you asked for, Ashley. A new technology has been developed.
New buildings are available for construction.
Foundation deployment for the Quantum Cortex laboratory is in progress.
Excellent. Once it comes online, we will be able to start repurposing additional schematics for larger megastructures. We have to divide their blueprints into smaller parts that we can build piece by piece.
Ashley, remember that this is only the foundation and the central processing databank for this structure. This facility will allow us to store and process enormous datasets even when it is not sufficiently powered. However, if we want to take advantage of its processing capabilities, we will have to deliver huge amounts of supercharged plasma and energy to keep the quantum cortex operational. Furthermore, if we want to unlock the full potential of this facility, we will have to research construction schematics for its remaining modules that are suitable for fabrication through my assembly systems.
Understood. I've already marked specific megastructures for repurposing. Once we're ready, we can start reintegrating the plans for the Nanobot Swarm Production Center, the Gravitational Hyperlens, and the Hydroponic Sustainability Laboratory. After these 3 megastructures have been completed, we will be able to move to the most complex one, the Arcology Workshop.
How do you intend to use these technologies, Ashley?
Riftbreaker-led colonization missions usually follow a standardized flow. Stage 1. Establish a forward base of operations with a quantum-entangled rift station connected back to Earth. Stage 2. Earth's expeditionary forces reinforce the forward base with overwhelming force and rapidly build up the on-site economy by strip mining the surface of the planet and utilizing its resources without any limitations. Stage 3. Enormous industrial complexes devour the native landscape, permanently displacing or destroying the local ecosystem in the name of efficiency and control. Stage 4. Once the planet is fully subdued and restructured, civilian colonists are brought in to settle what's left, often unaware of what had to be erased to make room for them. I want to disrupt Stage 2 and Stage 3 of this process.
Stage 2 and Stage 3 are required to create safe living conditions for future colonists. The colonization protocol indicates that their impact on the local ecosystem should be minimal.
That's how this process worked in the beginning, but things have changed, Mr. Riggs. Think about what happened to Saloon 6, Valora 12, or even Inforian 9B. Recent history shows that Stage 2 and Stage 3 serve as a pretext for rampant industrial exploitation. Collapsing the rift brought us additional time that we can use to prepare the planet for technology-led cohabitation. These megastructures will allow us to claim that Galatea 37 is ready for Stage 4 of the colonization process.
I am sorry, Ashley, but I still do not understand the specific purpose you have in mind for these buildings.
In short, the Nanobot Swarm Production and Control Center will give us the ability to construct huge structures without introducing city-scale fabrication crawlers. The gravitational hyperlens will allow us to move large objects, like arcologies, into orbit without building spaceports. The Hydroponic Sustainability Lab is going to allow us to research and produce food for the colonists in a sustainable manner. It should also increase the efficiency of our cultivators, so we can extract the necessary resources from the planet in a more friendly manner. The Arcology Workshop will allow us to construct self-contained temporary colonies for people arriving on Galatea 37. This will give them time to adapt to local conditions in a safe environment.
An arcology is a semi-self-sufficient city. If we construct it directly in the orbit above the planet, then it will be safe from the local fauna. The infrastructure that we will have built on the ground will be enough to support it. I think I understand that part. But why would people want to live in a city up in space if the goal was to colonize the planet?
Arcologies will remain in orbit until colonists can find optimal conditions for ground-based settlement. Afterwards, they're supposed to land and slowly expand their habitats on the planet. This is an older theoretical colonization concept that was first proposed by astrobiologists Veremsky and Bomack in the late 21st century. I didn't invent all of this. There are a lot of smart people back on Earth who will know how to take care of this planet. I want to be able to pass the reins directly to them.
Okay, this is starting to make more sense. I will save the rest of my questions for later.
Thank you, Mr. Riggs. Now, let's get back to work.
Quantum Cortex Laboratory construction finished. Primary structure integrity confirmed. The central processing databank is functioning at optimal parameters.
Perfect. Thanks to the increased working memory capacity, we can finally begin reformatting the megastructure schematics. The Nanobot Swarm Control Center, the Gravitational Hyperlens, and the Hydroponic Sustainability Lab blueprints are available for adaptation.
We could theoretically reprocess these schematics without powering up the quantum cortex. However, this building alone is more powerful than the entirety of our existing research infrastructure combined. I advise that we deliver the required supercharged plasma and energy inputs to bring the facility to full operational capacity.
We can make the quantum cortex laboratory even more efficient by upgrading it with all of its remaining components. That way, we could research the rest of the megastructures much faster.
That is a good point, Ashley. Please check the resource requirements for each megastructure. They use up different types of resources. It might be efficient to construct them out of order, as the required resources gradually become available. Research completed.
I'm sensing slight tremors. They are intensifying over time. It looks like an earthquake is coming.
The earthquake's epicenter is near our position. It will deal serious damage to all our buildings in that area.
An earthquake is damaging our base. The earthquake has stopped. Let's assess the damage.